Hello, hello. Welcome to the final episode of the book club with Peaceful Nik, featuring Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth. The next book we will be covering, dates TBD because the holidays. The next book is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Probably should have started with this one first, but that's okay. Chapter 10, A New Earth. Welcome in. Say hello when you get here. I'm probably going to be here maybe 30 or 40 minutes maximum because then I go live with Lady Shadow and Cosmic Chris. Hi, Gina. I'll go live with Lady Shadow and Cosmic Chris for the upcoming event for Boundary Day titled I Fucking Hate My Family. That's at 8 Eastern tonight. That doesn't mean I hate my family or they hate their family. It means a lot of people hate their family or feel very uncomfortable being around their family. Hi, Kelly. So we're going to talk about that. And hi, Glenda. We're going to talk about that at 8 Eastern. But right now we're going to go through, hi, Holly. We're going to go through chapter 10, the final chapter. It is titled A New Earth. So I hope you can all join me in an hour for Boundary Day, whether you like your family or not. Hi, Lori. We're going to have a very interesting discussion one way or the other. Okay, so I'm going to make a couple of announcements and then we'll get right into the book. Please say hello when you stop in. Please ask me any questions about the book. And be sure to join me at 8 Eastern. I'm already losing my voice. I was teaching all afternoon, so I'm a little raspy already. I'm going to get a lozenge. So chapter 10, A New Earth. Again, Don Miguel Ruiz of The Four Agreements is the next book. I have not announced the dates because this next week is Thanksgiving weekend. And then the weekend after that is my birthday weekend, Sagittarius in the house. And so it'll probably be the weekend of the 13th, 14th before we start the Four Agreements. I will announce it though. All right, so you can donate to the following organizations. This holiday season is sure to be filled with people who need as much help as they can get financially. Feeding America, Toys for Tots, or Help a Diabetic Child. All the links are in the show notes, or you can donate through the QR code at the top of the screen through my PayPal or Venmo. I've already collected $300, maybe more. I haven't checked today. And I will split that evenly through those organizations. Help a Diabetic Child is to help children who don't have enough insurance coverage or money to get insulin because type 1 diabetes is an insulin dependent disease. And so many people get it. And ever since the pandemic, there's been a huge increase in people with diabetes because research has shown that type 1 diabetes may be caused from viruses and bacteria attacking the pancreas. So my son, no one in our family has type 1 diabetes. We did not expect him to get it. And all of a sudden he had it. We were all shocked. We had no idea. And his doctors told us it was probably caused from a virus. Now, he got diagnosed 10 years ago, so pre-COVID. So this has been going on for a long time. So it's a little science lesson. Sorry about the chewing, but my throat is raspy from teaching all day. Excuse me. I'm a wreck. Okay. Get a daily message, weekly message, monthly message at a very inexpensive price. $11 for a 3-card email tarot reading. The link is in the show notes. It's a great, pretty comprehensive reading. You can give me your question or say general reading. All readings booked, all regular price readings booked between now and the end of the month are buy one, get one free. I have a $49 20-minute special. This does not qualify for the buy one, get one because this is the sale price. This is a spiritual guidance and or card reading. Order one of my books, Mediumship 101 or Become Your Own Medium. All the links are in the show notes. And now we are at chapter 10. Say hello when you pop in. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Vivian. Let me know what you thought of chapter 10. If you read chapter 10, I'm going to go through it really quickly because, as I said before, I will be on at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific for I fucking hate my family. I don't hate my family, but that's the title of the episode with Cosmic Chris and Lady Shadow. We're going to be talking about all of the stresses. Oh, this is funny. I opened my book. Look, when I want to highlight a huge part of a book, instead of highlighting the pages, I highlight the edges. So I know that it's super important. This is page 282 to 283. Lots of highlights in this chapter for me. One of the points says, reconcile inner and outer purpose. Bring consciousness into my world. Into the world of form and thereby transform the world. And I'll tell you, I have some people in my life now that are totally on board with transforming the world. One of my mentees is on here and she's on board with this. And I have a bunch of other people who have been kind enough to subscribe to all my channels, follow me on all my socials, like, book things, just follow along. All of that helps to help transform the world. It says, all that ever has been or will be is now outside of time, which is a mental construct. So I've said a lot over the years about time being made up by humans, and scientifically and spiritually, that is accurate. Time on Earth is different from anywhere else. We calculate time by the day and the month and the year. Okay, the day is when the Earth spins on its axis from sunrise to sunset, or sunrise to sunrise. That's a day. Going around the sun, that's a year. That's how we calculate time. But we're the only planet in the universe that has that time. If you go out in space, far away from Earth, there's no way to calculate time unless you have a watch, but that's only Earth time. So time does not exist like it does here anywhere else. Vivian said, so many wow moments in chapter 10 for me. Almost felt like it was written specifically for me at this very exact moment. That's how I felt when I read this. When I read it the first time, exactly how I felt. It is, if you either get it or you don't get it. All right, sorry, somebody's sending me messages. You either get the book or you don't. And if you don't get it, that's okay. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. And he says it in the book. If you read this book and you don't get it, put it down and come back to it when it feels right, or never. If you get it, you get it, right? And it's very dense and very full of information. And like I've said a million times, you can tell I've read it and read it and read it and read it. It's falling apart. I've read it so many times, and every single time I read it, I learn 100 new things because there's so much in it. Okay. So awakening is the collective shift in consciousness. Awakening means that we are changing, we're shifting our perspective on ourselves and all of those around us and humanity. And we're starting to realize that things that we have been conditioned to believe are all mental constructs. We have been conditioned to believe that fame and fortune is the most important thing. We have not been conditioned to understand that inner joy, inner contentment, inner happiness, self-reflection, authenticity, love unconditionally, lack of judgment. Those are the most important things. Bringing, I don't know how he phrases it exactly, but vibrating at a higher frequency so you can see that if something doesn't matter 5 minutes from now, 5 days from now, or 5 years from now, it's probably not the most important thing you should be stressed about. So awakening is in general understanding that the material things that we've been taught to worry about are really completely insignificant. What's significant is growing our consciousness or our soul to expand and love and not ruminate on things that are material. Humanity is evolving beyond the ego. Now, right now, we're in a real weird place in our world. Oh, yay. Thank you, Kelly. Oh, I'm glad it makes your heart smile. Same. I know the book talks a lot about humanity evolving beyond the ego. And I feel like, we're going on that trajectory, and then a bunch of weird stuff happened in our world and in our country. A lot of political upheaval, a lot of weird, crazy, insane, unbelievable things have been happening. And you think, well, we must not be evolving. This is where the pendulum swings back and forth, right? There's always the side that's going to try to force people back into the trap of the three-dimensional unevolved world, the material world, which is useless. Think about the richest person you've ever heard of. When that person passes away, they can't take their possessions with them. I mean, you could be like an Egyptian pharaoh and bury all your possessions, but it's not doing you any good. So just know that all the crazy stuff right now that's going on is revealing. It's revealing. And for anybody who is suffering as a result of what's going on in our country right now, I'm in the United States. If you're suffering because of that, please know that I feel that deeply, and I have my own set of emotions about the suffering of others, especially at the hands of people who are just plain cruel. So just know I feel that deeply for you. And I am sending out positive and healing vibes and safety vibes all the time. So what is next? Let's see. Ego, edging God out. Ooh, I love that, Eileen. I absolutely love that. Wow, that is good. Edging God out. And if you're a person watching that doesn't believe in the traditional monotheistic God, but you do believe in like a collective consciousness or source, it's the same concept, right? Edging God out, edging out source, edging out the consciousness, the collective consciousness. Suffering becomes unnecessary once people recognize they are not their ego or pain body. Yes. What does that mean? Our ego is the part of us that gets fed by negativity, essentially. If you haven't read the book, it's a long explanation. There's things like complaining is part of your ego. Thinking you're better than other people is part of your ego. Selfishness is being part of your ego. Narcissism or any type of narcissistic traits is part of the ego. Anytime you put yourself in front of others in a negative way, that's all ego. And your pain body and your ego are best friends. And the pain body is the part of you, the underlying traumatized part of you that gets excited when you piss somebody off. When your pain body is activated, You ever hear the term, you're picking a fight with me? That's the pain body. The pain body is activated and needs to feed like a vampire needs blood. The pain body needs hate and anger. And as you know, in the world right now, there's a lot of activated pain bodies, and they've made a collective of activated pain bodies full of hate, full of anger, full of bitterness, full of disgusting bigotry, and they're all feeding each other. They're all feeding each other. But once you rise above that, once you realize this isn't helping me, this isn't helping anybody, this is harming me, I'm miserable, I'm not going to stay in this state anymore. You can have a little ego or in a little pain body or a very big ego and pain body. It varies from person to person, from day to day. Once you realize we're all on this tiny little planet together, and we all have to live on this planet together for now anyway, and we might as well try to make the best of our own lives and help others as well, without hate and ego and judgment and selfishness. So that is that. Let's see, what do we have next? I make a lot of bullet points. So suffering is rooted in our identification with our thoughts, our emotions, and old narratives. When we witness, when we just observe, rather than become embroiled. So the holidays are coming up, and there's going to be a lot of egos and pain bodies activated. And that's why at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, I'm having that special Foundry Day with Lady Shadow and Cosmic Chris about effing hating your family, because there's so much activation of old junk. And so when you observe and don't engage, it's a lot easier. When you observe without judgment, and don't engage. If you can choose not to be around people that make you feel nauseous or crazy, or you're just so anxious that you're just insane before you have to go for a week, like if you have to go to see your family or something, if it makes you crazy and you can choose not to go, don't go. If it makes you crazy, but you have to go for some reason, could be any different kind of reason. It's grandma's last Christmas, mom has cancer, whatever it is. Observe without judgment and don't engage. Do not engage in anything anyone tries to draw you in. Any blame, any of that. Any accusations, any dysregulation of emotions, do not engage. Okay? We are not that part of ourselves. We are not that hurt little child anymore. So we don't have to be engaging in any interaction with other hurt family members, because all family dysfunction is everybody's just hurt and unresolved. That's what it is. Unresolved pain in families. Next, we have stillness is the source of true power, creativity and intuitive knowing. And stillness is the source of true power, creativity, and intuitive knowing, and is accessible in every moment. So I teach this to all of my students, all my mediumship students, all my mentees, clients who come for spiritual guidance. You take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. It can bring you to a place of stillness. You can be on Christmas Eve at the mall in the most crowded, noisy place you've ever seen and take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, and you can have stillness, no matter how loud and crowded it is. So think about that if you are engaging with people that you're not necessarily wanting to, or maybe you do want to go see your family and then something goes crazy, somebody has a moment, you can just take 3 deep breaths, observe, do not engage, Do not react. Do not become dysregulated. Observe, do not engage. Have unconditional love. Again, always keeping your boundaries. Don't let somebody attack you emotionally or physically, even. Observe unconditionally. Do not interact. Do not react. And do not become dysregulated. Take 3 deep breaths and say, I need a moment, and just go take a walk or go take a drive. Okay, if it's safe for you to drive. Structures built on ego. So this is a bigger picture. Political structures, I was talking about that. Economic structures, our economy is all 100% ego-based. And religious structures. They're unsustainable if they're built on ego and will eventually dissolve or transform. So some of you may already know that there are many, many religious organizations in our country, the United States, that are losing parishioners in droves, when I used to go to, I grew up Catholic, taught at Catholic schools for 20 years, and the parish in Savannah, Georgia, I went to was packed every single week. It was packed. It was the cathedral in Savannah, beautiful cathedral, packed every single Sunday. When I moved to San Francisco and I would go to mass, I mean, it was nearly maybe 20% full. So there's different areas of the country and the world have different amounts of people engaging in organized religion, but it is waning significantly. Churches are losing parishioners. That's a whole other story. Because it's built on ego. Religions are made by people and they're built on ego to make money. Most religious organizations that I am aware of here in the United States are built to make money. They're businesses and they should be taxed. Obviously, political things are 100% based on ego now. I mean, 1,000,000% based on ego. These things are not sustainable. What is happening now in our country is not sustainable. It cannot be sustained. It will not be sustained. It will dissolve. We will be okay. I've said many times, it's probably going to take 10 years. If this administration ends when it's supposed to, it's probably going to take 10 years from then to recover and feel normal again. If this administration does not end when it's supposed to and something nefarious happens, that's a whole other story. But if it does end when it's supposed to, it's going to take at least 10 years to heal, at least. But it's not sustainable. Okay, so I want to go real quick through a couple more points before I wrap up. Kelly said, I put on my Don't Give Up the Ship shirt. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm glad you are all here joining me for this final book club for Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. And don't forget, next book, mid-December, probably the 13th or 14th, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Beautiful book. Beautiful, beautiful, beautifully written. Service to humanity grows naturally when we operate from presence instead of the need for personal validation. So whenever we are present and in the moment and in a state of conscious awareness, we will feel compelled to serve. We will feel compelled to serve. Not to get a medal, not to get recognition. If one person on my lives hears one thing that is going to make their life better for that moment, even, I am happy. I am happy if that happens. I just want people to heal because when we heal, we help others heal. We inspire others to follow a healing journey. Healers don't heal people in the sense of me talking about this book and doing mediumship readings and spiritual guidance. I'm not healing people. I'm helping them find a path to healing on their own. I'm helping them see that there is a path for them to heal. There's a path for anyone to heal. And that comes from being present and aware, and not from a place where I need a gold ribbon or a blue ribbon or gold medal. So conscious doing means letting action rise from the deeper I am, rather than fear, resistance, or ambition. So doing something like this book club that I did, that we're wrapping up tonight, I did that with the conscious awareness of, this book changed my life in every single way and launched my healing journey to the moon. Like, it launched it rapidly. And so when all of this stuff happened in our country politically, and things started looking really bleak a few months ago, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to host my own book club. Maybe 20 people will come, maybe 5 people, maybe 100. I don't know. But I think it's important for people to understand there is a different way to survive this. And it's not always fighting and screaming and scratching. Sometimes being consciously aware, being educated, and making good choices without having to have a screaming match on Facebook and yelling back and forth at people. Because let me tell you, when you're arguing with somebody on social media or even in person, they don't hear you. They're not hearing you, and they don't care. They just want to get a rise out of you. Okay. So co-creating a new earth starts individually. Each person's presence contributes to the whole. And that is the whole point of the reason why I wanted to do this book club. We're all in this together on this earth, like I said before. We are not going to achieve massive change by forcing others to awaken. We must awaken on our own. We cannot be forced to. Now, presenting this format, this book club, if people resonate with me and like what I say, they may choose to purchase the book or get a copy from a friend or the library and read it and awaken. They may, and that's wonderful. But if I force you to do it, you're not going to. It's like forcing an alcoholic to go to rehab. The alcoholic's not ready to quit drinking, rehab is going to be useless. If someone isn't ready to awaken, if they're not on that path yet, the book will be useless. So we must be aware in our spiritual journey. And this is one of the hardest things I learned on my spiritual journey. One of the hardest things I learned. If you're not ready to awaken, you're not going to be able to force your friends to awaken, right? I first read, the first book I read before A New Earth that was a spiritual journey book for me was The Celestine Prophecy. I think it's James Redfield or something like that. Celestine Prophecy in the 90s. And I thought, everybody's got to read it. Oh my God, it's so amazing. Everybody's got to read it. Everybody's going to feel the way I do. And it's going to be amazing. And we're all just going to be happy. And everybody's going to love each other. That did not work. So I realized, oh shit, everybody's not ready to awaken in this way. And that's okay. And that's okay. We're all here. We all have a chosen path. And we awaken when it's our time. And some people never awaken and are not meant to awaken. So I want to I got to get ready for the other live stream. So I want to thank everybody for joining me on this journey of Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. We did 10 chapters. And I couldn't be happier that you all were here to share this time with me and watch the replays. Many of you watch the replays. Let's see, what do we got here? I got a couple comments. Current system needs to dissolve. Yep. So A New Earth. Eileen, this is my 52nd day of out of control noise from the tenant upstairs with manager. Oh, I'm sorry, Eileen. Can you complain? That's terrible. That is terrible. I'm so sorry. I would send a report in. I'm not sure what state you live in. You're preaching to the choir that connection to the one source, one force. As a new earth evolved, I feel that point will allow us to move beyond ego and more easily be of service. Well, thank you, Mo Hawkinson. Thank you for being here. I will be back in 27 minutes with Lady Shadow and Cosmic Chris. I will have my red lipstick on because it's Boundary Day, and the title is I Fucking Hate My Family. Now, that doesn't go well with this raising awareness, does it? But that's not the point of the video. The title is kind of like clickbaity. Thank you, Kelly. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed the book. Don't forget, The Four Agreements is next by Don Miguel Ruiz. You guys will love it. If you love this book, you'll love this one even more. Thank you, guys. I will see you in 27 minutes. Bye.